What do you think are those 10 to 30% that AI can't automate that you should and you need to do alone and just get the work done?
Honestly, probably AI can theoretically automate everything, but no company wants that. You will not find a single company alive that wants a fully autonomous chatbot with no human in the loop control that talks to your clients. Nobody wants that. Why? Because companies understand they're in the relationship business. So you can automate certain steps. You can automate customer support queries or there are questions about the product, questions about the delivery status or whatever. Like people will not even realize they talk to an AI. But it's not meaning that now your customer support team, for example, or sales team or customer success is not doing work anymore. It's the opposite. Now they're supposed to focus even more on what actually matters. It's relationship building. Give your customer a call, man. Like, why are you not talking to your customers? Why are you not talking to your big suppliers? Right? These are the things that people then need to focus on. And AI can theoretically automate this, voice agents, chat agents. But regardless of what you see on social media, no company wants that.
So, yeah, that actually makes sense, and I never thought about it like no company wants a 100% automated AI business because from what can we heard all around the world is that that's going to happen is just losing their jobs because businesses want 100% automated businesses. But yes, that's not true. As I heard.
Yeah. So the point, I mean, I work in the industry. Yes, you hear IBM fired 5,000 people in HR and replaced them by a chatbot. The truth, and it's not going to be popular to say that, is IBM doesn't have money and don't want to pay these people. So they lay them off and they give some reason. They do have a lot of job descriptions out there for open positions. So it's more like a shift right now in the working market. They don't want to replace a whole department with a chatbot. Again, nobody's doing that. If somebody can replace something, then please replace HR. I think that's HR stands for hardly relevant. I don't like the HR departments at all. But still, it's more of a farce right now. People are putting that out as the reason, but at the same time, they're hiring a bunch of people back because AI is not, it's not there yet, and like our companies make it seem, and still rely heavily on people and will probably, because AI again is supposed to help you be more efficient. It's not supposed to replace the human aspect of it. Let's say, for example, content creators. The amount of content creation with AI advice out there is just crazy. And the most interesting thing, it's usually like big creators, 100,000 followers, and they're like, guys, I developed this chatbot and it creates a whole video script for you and everything. I sell it for $1,000. It's just a stupid GPT that they gave some documents to, right? They need a way to monetize their brand. I understand. But let's face it, they didn't get where they are using that. They're not even using that themselves. The video that they used to promote that thing was not written by that thing because it sucks. It's not supposed to replace your creativity. It's not supposed to replace your idea finding process, your natural curiosity. That's not what artificial intelligence is good at. It has certainly a lot of places where it can be used, but it can't be used to replace human creativity just yet.
Do you think it will ever get to that point? Because when we get into like creativity and what it is, we can define it as creating something new from the stuff you already have, kinda we can say. And a lot of like people in the AI space are all having this dystopian scenarios about the world and everything. So I'm curious, like, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I remember I read a book. oh, it's so old. I think over 10 years ago, about how AI is going to kill everything. That was way before AI. Right? Nobody was talking about AI then. That's only a topic for 2 or 3 years now. I was reading it back then, and he was saying that all jobs would go extinct and everything. I think probably every prediction that I can make about the future of creativity and art is going to be wrong, because it's such a dynamic thing all over human history. But what I think is probably a very realistic trend is that people are going to look for relatable personalities and real personalities. And one thing I'm predicting for the content creation niche is actually what you already see with big streamers, is building social networks around their content. Not meaning that you have your own community or whatever, but that iShowSpeed is sitting with Kai Cenat in the same room. And then they bring Kevin Hart. You know, it's like these are real humans. You can see it, you can feel it. You have like okay, these guys are not perfect. I kind of relate to them. All the AI created products right now are very perfect. I mean, very polished is probably the better word. I think at some point people will just get tired of it and look for something more rough, more raw, more authentic. But yeah, who knows who's going to be in 10 years? Honestly, I can't make that prediction. But for right now, I wouldn't fall for the trap of thinking that AI should replace your brain. That's not what it's made for.
Agreed, and especially with those streamers, they are like relatable because on stream there is like only camera and you, and it's live. So even when you make some mistake, when you just stumble or something happens, you have it on camera, and people think, oh, that's a mistake. I should avoid that. But exactly this, the stuff they are making mistakes about, and just those small moments, those are the moments that connect with the people the most. And that's one of the things, like I try to, when I'm consuming something, I try to just look at the deeper stuff, and why is this connecting with me, why this is, for example, making me laugh, and I like absorb this. That is really interesting how we connect with other people, and that I think that in the future will be mostly like important, especially most of the people are focusing right now on the long form
Yeah, and you
content
see,
and
yeah, and you see it
all the
in the
stuff.
long form content as well. Mr. Beast, best example. Mr. Beast is not just Mr. Beast, right? It's whole friend group, and they're always doing cool stuff. His videos are mad entertaining because it's multiple real people, different personalities. This whole social network, friend group, whatever. Right? The same with, for example, these three car guys. How are they called? The Grand Tour. You know, these British guys that are doing like tours in different countries with cars. I think they're retired right now, but still, the playing to the eccentric personalities is what makes it so interesting. It's not like they're delivering value and, you know, all the social media advice. They're delivering no value, man. It's just entertainment. But it's mad entertaining because they are likable personalities that feel comfortable in front of the camera, and they have this interesting dynamic that we are genetically wired to be interested in, because that's what brought us here, made us human, and we're still interested in that. We recognize a face out of millions and billions of faces. That's what we're good at. That's what our brain was built to do. We remember names, right? We chit chat about other people, we gossip. Like, this is the stuff we want, and I think it will stay this way. I don't think it will change.
Yeah, and especially in the like AI age, and you said like it's really hard to predict anything. So I heard this like quote, maybe it goes something like, we shouldn't focus on the stuff that's going to change and is changing rapidly. We should focus on the stuff that
Yeah.
will not change. and that is that like connection and all of the stuff around it. And with that value, especially it is especially how you define value, because yes, in most of everybody's content advice is like, yes, solve this, do this, this, and this. But for me, I define value as maybe even giving clarity, making someone laugh, and all of the stuff. That's the value, like, even I want to give on this podcast is not even to solve people's problems and give them tips about the topic, but maybe give them clarity about something, make them laugh, or just having to listen to a great talk that can be just about anything, just to listen to when you're going on a walk or anywhere. Basically, that's how I try to define it and try to just mm, go with it
Yeah.
mostly. And